AI spend, I think, is going to be a factor in the market as well. It's going to create bursts of demand, but training and large-scale inference are frequently, uneconomically viable on public cloud providers, pushing workloads to on-prem colo and specialized hosting. And just reiterating what I just said. So in other words, public cloud too expensive. So we're looking at alternatives, including owned infrastructure, which in many cases is going to be perfectly fine. And by the way, we're not buying servers and buying a data center and putting all the risk behind that. We're using a co-location provider, managed service provider, to rent the space. And we're using, leasing companies to acquire our hardware and other contractors to set it up and get it installed, things like that. So we're not touching the stuff as we did, 15, 20 years ago. But if you do that, you're going to find, since I price these things all the time, the cost of doing that, owning your own infrastructure versus leveraging a public cloud provider, is typically going to be 3 times less expensive. Now, people say, well, have risk and capital expense, and you have to take your own look at it and see what your own purpose is and your own use cases. But generally speaking, I think that's true. It's much cheaper to own your own equipment or to use another alt cloud provider, sovereign cloud, specialized cloud providers, neo clouds, all those sorts of options that are out there now. So even if this move isn't a definitive trend, I expect softer baseline public cloud demands over the next few years, punctuated by, AI spikes that won't automatically translate into durable profits. So we are going to see the spikes in AI demand. We are going to see quarters that are blown out because there's a bunch of AI that occurs, and, rising tides raise all boats, including the public cloud providers. And I think they're going to be the path of least resistance for many of the enterprises that are looking to move to AI. They provide everything as a service. You're able to get the entire infrastructure. It's fairly robust. They have thousands and thousands of services that are there for you. It's very easy stuff to use. There's value in using a public cloud provider until you get the bill. And that's when the value kind of falls away. And so many enterprises may end up leveraging public cloud providers for their first instances of AI, and we're going to see some spiky growth around that. But eventually, they're going to move to the least cost options. And I just can't see that not happening.